to Well Balanced Kids' latest yoga video. Today's session, we're going to imagine we're going to the beach. Before we get there, we're going to have to make sure we're nicely protected from the sun because it's a very sunny day. We're going to put some cream. Start on your hand, up your arm, all the way up to your shoulder on one of your arms. And then the other. Start at your hand, past your elbow, all the way up to your shoulder on the other one. Make sure you do the under part of your arm as well. We don't want to get any pink sore patches anywhere. Lots of sun cream on our arms. And we're going to start thinking about our legs. Start at the top, all the way down the front of your leg to your foot. And all the way back, up the back of your leg. Do that again, all the way down the front of your leg. And all the way up the back of your leg. Can you do it the other way on the other one? Go down the back of your leg and up the front of your leg. We're getting lots of cream slathered all over us. You get good at this and you don't need a grown-up to do it for you. So we're nicely protected on our arms and our legs. Don't forget our tummies. I've got a good trick for getting it on our backs. You can imagine you squirt your cream on the back of your hand. I'm going to turn around so I can show you. Cream on the back of your hand, you can get lots of cream all over your back. All the way up here. Oh, and all the way in the middle. Put some cream on the other hand. Have a go on this one. Can you get it all the way around the back of your body, the back of your hand. And we get ourselves all covered in cream. And then we won't get any burns anywhere. Ah, I forgot my ears. Bit of cream on your ears, on your forehead, on your cheeks, the end of your nose. We all creamed up and ready. Brilliant. So we are going to concentrate mostly on water-based activities. Things that we can do at the beach that involve water. So this is something that yoga and swimming have in common, and it's our breathing. So we're going to think about swimming our arms, like a breaststroke arm. So your arms stretch out in front of you and they pull the water back and then come back to your body. So if you've had swimming lessons, you probably know exactly how to do this. My daughter's swimming teacher used to say, spoons not forks. Your hands are like that. It's not very good at pulling the water back. So keep your fingers together. Spoons, not forks. Pull the water past you. Now when we are swimming, we have to make sure that we breathe only when our faces are out of the water. We breathe in. And when we're under the water, we're going to blow bubbles. Blow the air out. So let's try that. So when your head is out of the water, you breathe in, and when it's down, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. And breathe out. There you go. Yoga and swimming are very similar. We're moving and we're breathing in coordination with each other. Great. So there's different ways that we can swim. This is breaststroke arms. The other ways of swimming, we use big circles over the top of our head. So you can imagine you're doing backstroke and swim your arms over the back. I've come up onto my knees so that I've got room for my arms. So my arms are quite long, otherwise they would bang on the floor. You're going to bring your arms all the way up and pull the water all the way up and then pull against the water. Remember, spoons not forks, keep your fingers together as you take those great big backstroke arms. I'm going to come all the way up to stand now. So the last swimming action we do is the arms coming forwards. We pull the water past us. And you have to make sure as soon as one arm has finished, the other one is setting up. So yoga is all about coordination and swimming is all about coordination. There you go, the breathing And then moving, all coordinating. That's a good word. Now we breathe, and then breathe out. We breathe in, and we breathe out. We breathe in, and we breathe out. Last one. Good to practice your swimming on land, isn't it? Now next time you get in the water, you'll know to bring your head up when you're breathing in and blow bubbles when you're breathing out. And keep your arms really well coordinated with your breathing. This is quite hard, this kind of swimming, isn't it? Maybe you learn this type first, the breaststroke arms first. So that's enough swimming. We're going to think about diving. Stretch your hands up above your head. And we're going to dive in now so that we don't make a splash. We have to point our fingers down, and they're the first thing that goes in the water. And then your head tucks in, and then you're going to imagine you're diving in. We're going to stay on our feet though. We're just going to stretch our fingertips down. I'm going to turn sideways and show you that. So take a big breath in, and then we're going to dive down into the water. So your fingers reach down and your head tucks in. Do that one more time. Breathe in, stretch up. And now we're going to dive through and down. We're going to have a little sequence of movement here. So from our dive, we're going to get into the water. We're going to lie down on our tummies. But actually, I'm going to imagine that my mat here is a surfboard. So I'm not lying in the water, I'm floating on top on a surfboard. So here's our first activity we're going to do in the water. When we're surfing, our feet are going to dangle off the end of our surfboard, and we're going to splash and kick to go along. Have a little look and see if there's a wave coming. Have a look over one shoulder and back. Have a little look at the other side and come back. There is a wave, so we're going to kick like mad. We're going to use our arms and paddle them just like we practiced. Coming over the top, over the top, over the top. And we're going to jump up. So when a surfer comes onto their feet, they've got to be quick. Tuck your toes under, ready to come up. You're going to put your foot at the back of the board and the other foot all the way through your hands so that we're nicely balanced. And then once you're there, you can come up to stand. This is really what it's like. This is really good practice. If you practice this on land, maybe you'll get a chance to have a go at real surfing when you're a bit bigger. See if you can balance as if you're on a surfboard. We're going to take a little trick. We're going to move ourselves and jump to the other side. Jump around and balance with the other foot in front. And we're not going to fall off our surfboard, we're going to jump back down into the water. Hold your nose and blow bubbles. Back down into the water. There's our little surfing sequence. Now we're going to use some music to make it more fun. I'm going to find my music. Are you ready? We're going to start with that diving into the water. Here we go. Move my mat a little bit. Take a big breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe out. Here we go. Down into the floor. Lie your tummy down and start to kick those legs. Have a look behind you as you're away. Have a look the other way. There's one coming. Paddle your arms. Paddle your legs. Here we go for our first jump up. Tuck your toes under. Ready? Back foot, front foot. Stand. And balance. Sway from front to back. Keep your balance on your board. It's for our trick. Jump the other way. Balance. We're expert surfers now. Hold your nose into the water. Here we go for a second time. Just one of these this time. Breathe in. Dive down. time on your board. One knee down, then the other, and then your tummy. Start to kick like mad. Have a look over your shoulder. Is there a wave? Keep kicking. This is the biggest one I've seen all day. Go, go. We want to catch this wave. Paddle like mad. Jumping up. Back foot, front foot, stand. We're there. And the other side. Get back in that water. Blow some bubbles. Wow. Perfect. There we go. So we should be nice and warm now. We've done all our surfing. So when we go to the beach, sometimes we might see surfers if it's a very wavy day. If it's a windy day, we might see something else. We might see some sailing boats. So we can imagine we can make a great big sailing boat out of our bodies. I'm going to have my legs far apart and I'm going to think of making my whole body into a big triangular sail. So this is like the mast going up tall, isn't it? And we're going to reach down and we're making a big triangle. It's a windy day, so this might blow around a little bit. The wind is what makes the sailing boat go along. But it's a very heavy, strong boat that wouldn't get blown over. Feel how strong you are in this sailing boat shape. Because it's yoga, we're going to do it on the other side as well. So we're going to turn our feet the other way. So all I'm doing is turning my feet. This one a little bit in and this one a bit out. And then I'm going to take my mast up tall above my head and I'll reach down to make a big triangle of a sail on this side. And I'm going to imagine that I'm getting blown along by the wind in my sails. But my heavy boat is very strong. And just glide along and ride the waves. Great. There's our sailing boat. So there's other kinds of boats as well, isn't there? There's a rowing boat. Let's sit down and get in our rowing boat. So we're going to come onto our bottoms and have our feet apart. This is going to make our tummies nice and strong. So when we're doing our yoga, we've said it was good for coordination and it was good for our breathing. But it's also good for making us stronger. So we're going to row our boats, reach forward, hold onto your oars, and then come back and pull your oars back. You're going to hold onto your tummy muscles here. Reach forward and pull back. We're going to do 3 more. Reach forward as far as you can so you've got a long way to pull all the way back. Get your shoulders right behind your bottom. Last one, reach forward and pull back. There's our rowing boat. We're going to make an even trickier shape, and it's called boat pose in yoga. We're going to lift our feet off the floor. You might want to just keep your fingers down to help you balance. See if you can lift your feet off. And this is like the boat shape. Lift your feet off and then take a little bit of a rest. And then if you think you can do that, we're going to lift off and keep our hands off the floor. See if you can still balance on your bottom in this boat shape. And then if you're really clever, you can paddle your boat. It's got a little paddle on one side and a little paddle on the other. Don't put your feet down. Keep them up in the air. You're still balancing on your bottom. This takes lots of strength, doesn't it? And the other side. Strength and determination needed to paddle ourselves all the way back to shore in our paddling boat, a bit like a canoe maybe. Take a big stretch of your back and lean forward and a big breath out. So that was lots of different boats. We've had a sailing boat and a rowing boat and a little paddling boat either side. We're going to do one more sport. We're going to come back on our feet and we're going to think about, this is a funny one, because the boat is going to pull us along. I'm thinking of water skiing. We're going to have our feet quite wide apart. Now in water skiing you start in the water, sitting in the water with these big planks of floating wood on your feet. But because we're on the land, we're going to keep our feet down and see if we can squat all the way down. Can you balance if you stretch your hands out in front of you and balance like this? When we have our hands stretched out like this, we're holding on to a handle. And then when the boat sets off very slowly, we're going to float up to the surface of the water. Are you ready? Keep your legs strong, keep your arms reaching forward and see if you can keep your balance as you come up very steadily all the way up. We don't quite straighten our legs. Lean your shoulders back, tuck your bottom in. Otherwise you don't look very professional if your bottom's sticking out like this and you fall forward. We want to keep your bottom a little bit tucked under, arms nice and stretched. Imagine how fast you're going, whizzing along, bouncing over some little waves. What colour's your boat? Mine is bright red. I'm going whizzing along, showing off a little wave for everybody. Don't let go of that for too long. We're going to go back down. We're professionals. We're going to go back down slowly with control, no falling off. All the way down. Slowly, 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 slowly. Are you still balancing? All the way back down. I'm going to come up one more time. Ready? The engine is revving on that boat. We're coming up slowly, 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 slowly. This is going to make our legs strong. Lean your shoulders back. Bounce. Bounce along, bounce along, bounce along. Let go with one hand, gives away. Hold on. Let go with the other one, gives away. Hold on. Go back down nice and slowly. All the way into your squatting position. And rest your legs. We're going to do another water skiing trial. Now this is when you get really professional. You don't have two skis, you just have one. So we're going to imagine we are on one plank of wood. We're going to have one foot in front of the other and you're going to balance here. We're going to start down low in the water again, so kneel down on one of your knees, lean your body back a little bit and flip your toes up like this. Imagine this big long piece of wood coming out of the water. We're going to hold on to our handle once more. And this is really what it feels like. As the boat sets off, you're going to flatten your foot, roll forward, come up, find your balance. Ooh. Can we let go with one hand here? Ah. Keep bouncing, keep your knees bent and go back down slowly, slowly, slowly. How's your balance? How's your strength? All the way down. Because it's yoga, guess what? We're swapping legs. Try it on the other side. Might be harder on this side. It'll be harder for me, I think. We're going to come back and lift our toes up. Remember what we did? Reach our hands up and see if we can get up like this without using your hands, just to strengthen your legs. Coming up, flatten your foot. Come up, come up, come up. Slowly. Keep a little bit bent. A little bounce. Wave to your admirers. And then come back down. Slowly, 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 slowly. I'm going to go for one more swim. I'm going to lie on my back and I'm going to take my backstroke arms all the way up and all the way down, all the way up and all the way down. Now I'm thinking of being a synchronized swimmer. Have you seen them? They do this special thing to keep themselves afloat. It's called sculling. They move their hands like this. We're going to pull our knees in tight towards our chest and keep this little sculling. You can try this if you get into a swimming pool in the summer. You can see if you can float like this. And when synchronized swimmers do their little tricks, they've got little nose pegs, haven't they? They're going to stretch one leg up and point your toe. Bring your hands up over the top, ever so gracefully. And then you imagine you sink back down, blub, 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 to the bottom of the pool. And bring your knees together and give them a squeeze. And we'll do a little sculling, and we're going to do it with the other leg now. Skull, 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 skull. don't know why it's called sculling. And stretch this leg up, point your toe really strongly, get that leg nice and straight, bring your arms up, bring them back together, you fold everything up, you sink back down. It's like a periscope of a submarine going back down. Hold your nose, glug, 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 glug. Imagine your foot just disappearing underneath the water. Here we go. There's our synchronized swimmer. Now we've just got time to do one more rendition, one more repeat of our surfing, because that was good fun. So are you ready? This is our little memory test. See if you remember what we did for our surfing. Here we go, the music didn't start. Here we go. Freestyle. Here we go, we're just going to do one of our big dives. All the way down. Standing onto your board, lying your belly down. Start kicking your legs. Have a look behind you. And the other side. Here is the biggest wave I've seen all week. Use your arms. Here we go. Back foot, front foot. We're getting good at this now. We're up on our feet really smoothly. Jump to the side. And coming off. Blow those bubbles. Glub, 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 glub. Last time. Dive. Coming onto your board. Put your tummy down carefully. Onto the floor. Start to kick. Behind you. Swim, but keep looking forward when you're going. Keep your head up. Here we go. Last jump up. 1 foot back. 1 foot forward. Just super now. With me. Did you remember how to surf? Great stuff. Okay, so that's enough of our sports and all our activities. We're going to think about resting now. It's kind of a sporting activity, a water activity. I'm thinking of a lilo. Maybe you don't call those lilos now. A nice inflatable, something that's just going to bob around on the surface of the water that I might sunbathe on. It's going to be a nice way to relax. I lie myself onto my floating plastic thing full of air. I'm going to bob around on the water. Let's imagine a wave starts at the bottom and comes all the way up our bodies. Try this. We're just lying on our floating lilo or inflatable. You can imagine what it looks like. Maybe it looks like a crocodile or a slice of pizza or something. So you're going to lift up your feet as it comes under your feet. Woo! Lift up your knees as it comes under your knees. Woo! Lift up your bottom as it comes under your bottom. Lift up your chest as it comes under your chest. Lift up your head. Woo! And it leaves the other end. Do that one more time. Feet, knees, bottom, chest, head. Does it look like a wave? One more time. Feet, knees, bottom, chest, head. And then put your arms out to the side. But imagine a wave starting at this side and coming all the way across to the other. So now a wave's going sideways. Hand, shoulder, head, shoulder, hand. Hand, shoulder, head, shoulder, hand. Last wave. Hand, shoulder, head, just small, shoulder, hand. And now you can relax. And you can think about your breathing again. And now I want you to imagine that when you're breathing in, it's as if you float a little bit more up to the surface of the water. And as you breathe out, you sink a little bit lower in the water. But it's okay, you're not going to sink down so you can't breathe. It's just that idea of floating on the surface. So as you breathe in, think of yourself getting lighter and floating up towards the top surface of the water. And as you breathe out, feel yourself sinking. For this breath, try breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And each time you breathe, let's see if you can take an extra count. So you might start breathing and it take 3 to breathe in. 1, 2, 3, and 3 to breathe out. Next time you breathe, see if you can take 4 of your own counts. And I might try one with 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you feel yourself floating on the top of the sea? The sea helps us float because it's full of salt. So we can just relax and bob up and down if we lie like this, keeping ourselves on the surface. It's possible to not move very much at all and just stay floating. That's if we're in the sea. Imagine the sun is warm on your body and the water is just lapping around your toes and making you feel lovely and relaxed. And finish our yoga class just there, and I hope you had fun and I hope you imagined a lovely day at the seaside. Join me next week for some more yoga. Thank you guys.